Welcome to Gaia's Love, a podcast of brief messages to help humanity bridge the gap to the new earth. My name is Vivienne Gerard. It is my delight to be a scribe for consciousness today, sharing the wisdom that flows through from Source. Here we go. Episode 257. It is Friday before a holiday weekend, so I will not be doing a podcast on Monday. We are having a family grill out and we're going to swim. Hopefully the weather is going to be as beautiful as it is today. It's still sunny here, blue skies, and just perfect weather for a holiday weekend. My plan is to spend as much time outside and in the pool, in the water as possible. So yay to Gaia cooperating. Okay, happy new moon in Virgo. Tonight, we are going to have a dark sky. The moon is not being illuminated by the sun where we can see her tonight. And what that means for all of us as humans on this planet, where the moon dictates emotions and water and the tides and our feelings and all that is going on in our human journeys. What that means for us is that we have an opportunity to set some new intentions and to align with the power and the strength of Virgo at this full moon or new moon. And then for the next month, the next lunar month, that energy can propel us, can guide us into all that we are intending to manifest, to create. It is a powerful time whenever there's a new moon. And apparently this one is at a time where the moon is closer to the earth. You'll have to look at astrology, but it's called a super new moon. I always think of those video games where they're like, supercharge it, and then you get extra energy and lights and colors and points. And so perhaps that's the way we can move into this new moon in Virgo. What I thought would serve today as we complete this week that started with a reset on Monday, what I thought would serve is to tune into the power of Virgo, which for me is often in the Virgo's ability to manage details, to look at a big picture and then be able to really narrow down on what most serves next and what's the step after that and what's the step after that. The Virgos I have in my life are very precise, very organized, have structure and processes and plans, and they're moving towards things, and there's a powerful drive and energy and that propels these Virgos into action, and their action usually accomplishes a lot because they are so focused and driven. So I thought we could play with that today. What I'll be doing after this podcast is recording a new moon meditation where I combine music and a guided visualization to go even further into the possibilities, into the intention of the new moon. So I'll have that available for you if you're looking for a deeper dive or more resources. Usually that meditation is about 20 to 30 minutes. On Sunday this weekend, even though it's a holiday weekend, we are still gathering for our Sunday meditation, which is really a massive energy healing each week. They are so powerful. It's an hour. Whether you meditate or not is irrelevant, because when you step into the space, you hear my voice and I'm just guiding you through a process, and you may fall asleep or you may be awake. It's completely up to your soul, mind, body, what needs to happen. But everyone who leaves that space on Sundays leaves refreshed and releasing some of the heaviness that many of us carry. So there's lots of ways to step into this flow into Virgo, to align with the intention to be more, what would the word be, streamlined? It's like stepping into a river and flowing downstream instead of battling upstream. These resources support you in that. So we can begin today with focusing on details. We can have the new moon meditation guide you into whatever is next. And if you want an easier flow, a deeper dive, you can do the Sunday call. All of it's on my website, on my social media pages, so you can find out more. Okay, details, Virgo details. Let's recap. That's perhaps a really good way to start Virgo energy. Let's recap. Let's look at what we have been through. So Monday, we claimed a reset, something different that we're going to be starting in our journeys, in our lives, whatever that is for you. Tuesday, I took the day off to take my daughter to the airport. Wednesday, what happened Wednesday? What did we look at Wednesday? Oh my gosh, isn't that funny? Oh, clearing caches about the cookies and the programs and the ways that we are in habits and routines of doing things that perhaps don't serve. And so yesterday, beta testing, we looked at how can we try something new when we are wanting to fall into those old default patterns. And the way to try something new is to be prepared, to have some ideas of what you could do when that old pattern wants to kick in. It's like the person who's trying to give up cigarettes, and I've heard this from so many people, not that I smoke, but I know people who have tried to go through this process, and they said it's the habit of holding the cigarette in your hand. So what can you do to fix that habit? And so for some people, it's holding something else in their hand, like a pencil or a marker, or when they feel that itch to want to pull out a pack of cigarettes and grab it, what else could they grab? So a lot of people use bubble gum or, whatever. There's so many ways that you can work through changing the habit. So it's not just the nicotine, the chemical, the physical. It's the routine, the flow that you're used to being in. And when we disrupt that pattern that your body, your cells of your body remember and fall into, you have to have some other plan. I noticed this week. I think I might have mentioned our water supply at the main entrance to our house had a leak. And so we had these beautiful people come and help us fix it. And they turned the water off for most of the day when they were doing the repair. So I had some buckets of water next to the sinks where I thought I might need it while I was moving through my day. But I noticed over and over, even after I brushed my teeth, I picked some water up with my hand and rinsed my mouth out, and then I rinsed into the sink, and then I rinsed off my toothbrush. And as soon as I put my toothbrush down, my hand went right to the faucet to turn the faucet off, even though I had just put my hand in the bucket to get the water. I just defaulted right to the way that I brush my teeth, which is put your toothbrush down and go turn off the water. So we have, hundreds, thousands, I don't even know how many of those patterns imprinted into our bodies and into our minds. And when we want to make a change, those habits, those patterns need our attention. And to be best prepared to change them, we have to have something ready to replace that old pattern. So the whole theme yesterday of beta testing was about how do we prepare, how do we get ready with some options for when that old habit wants to kick in, so that we're not sitting there clueless going, well, I don't know what to do, so I'll just do what I've always done. Instead, we can go, no, we thought about this, remember? Here's what we're going to try today. And it may not be perfect, and we may have to keep fine-tuning it, just like a beta test of any product. But we're in alignment with making a change, and we're committed to it, and so that new routine can be started. Okay, so now that we've recapped all that, this is so Virgo energy. Let's recap where we've been. And now let's get a plan of where we're going next. I love my Virgo friends. Here's what I would say as an Aquarius, right? Aquarius, we are the big thinkers, big picture. We want to see the whole plan. And when we get too down in the details and too down in the weeds of it, we get depressed, overwhelmed, and we give up. This is a very general statement about my experience as an Aquarius. It's just too much, and it's not working, and it's not going the way we thought it would, so we just abandon the plan. because we've lost touch with the big picture of it. The Virgo, in contrast, the Virgo loves the details, because then we have a list and we can check the list off and we can make sure that nothing is getting missed. But sometimes in that head down, looking at the list, trying to get through the plan, we lose touch also with the big picture, with the why. Why are we even doing this in the first place? Why do we have all these details? We're excited that we're accomplishing things and getting things done on our list, but if we don't have an ability to put it into context or to put it into a big picture and see where our part of the plan fits in with other people's parts of the plan, we can get very frustrated, because we're doing everything we're supposed to do, we're checking off the list, and yet nothing seems to be changing, or nothing feels inspiring inside of us. And so there are different ways that our emotions can stop us in our tracks or derail us a little bit or a lot. So what feels important to name, as we started the week with a reset and we end with the details, is don't rush into the details if you're not there yet. Let me say that again. Don't rush into making the to-do lists and diving into the details if you're not there yet, if you're not ready for that yet. It may take you a few days, a few weeks, a few months, a year, or 2 years to really understand the big picture. That feels way too long. I don't think it's going to be years. I don't even know if it'll be months. Energy is moving really fast on our planet right now. I don't think it'll take that long, but we'll put it out as a possibility just in case. If you haven't connected to your why, if you know there's a reset happening, but you just don't understand what it's about or where it came from or why you're even feeling this idea of a reset, if you're not connected to the soul of that, the vision of something, the reason why that reset feels important in your life, then jumping into the details, it's not going to get you to where you want. Or it certainly won't get you there as quickly as you want or as gracefully as possible. You're going to be swimming upstream like I described with the salmon. You'll get there eventually, but God, it was hard. And it doesn't have to be that way. So we've just moved from Leo, which is big picture, lots of spotlight, lots of understanding of the vastness of who we are, the full potential of who we can be. And we go straight from Leo right into Virgo, which is get into action, do something, start the process, get it done. Well, maybe there's some time needed in between. Maybe your reset isn't going to take just a few days from Monday to Friday. Maybe it's going to take a few weeks or a few months. Trust that because you've made a commitment to making a change in your life, it's going to move you into something new. And if you keep focusing on clearing the old patterns and just being prepared with one or two options for the new pattern you want to start, the new habit you want to step into, the new way of taking care of your body or your mind, or tuning in and being still with your soul, if you just start making some changes, change it one pattern at a time and introduce a new solution, a new habit. Don't get overwhelmed by the details of some master plan that has to happen for your life in this order because that's what it's supposed to look like. Just do it in the way that feels easy to you and natural and not hard and painful. Take more time to be still and to listen, because your soul, when you connect in with your soul, especially like when we do meditations in the way that I guide them, we invite the mind and the body to rest so that the soul can start to speak. And when your soul guides you and shows you what most serves you next, it's giving you all the shortcuts. Your soul has the beta tests for everything already figured out. It has the best possible blueprint for your life already embedded inside of you. And so if you can allow time for the soul to offer options, to say, it could look like this. You could move in this direction, and perhaps it's not the way that you thought it would look. And maybe if you had been trying to do your Virgo action details, moving on with the plan, you would have eventually gotten to where you need to be, but it would have taken longer. And so your soul is offering you these shortcuts, these ways where it's more fun to get to where you want. One quick example, if you are wanting to lose weight, right? You can go to the gym, you can do the sweating it out on the treadmill by yourself, or the elliptical, or the weightlifting. You can do all these things where you're like, I'm going to get there, and you will get there. Because you're being intentional and you're taking the time and making the beta changes, and you will get there. What your soul may say, which may totally surprise you, is go do a dance class. We had a woman last night who does belly dancing. She's so fit, right? Maybe we do belly dancing. Maybe we do ecstatic dance. Maybe we do qigong. Your soul may say there's another way to play with energy and physical to be healthier. So try a class, right? And your mind may be going, this is not the plan, these are not the details, this is not what we're supposed to be doing. But your soul is going, yes, this way, go, try it. And what happens is your soul, because it has this master blueprint inside, already there, your soul's going to put you next to someone in the class who is totally struggling in the same ways you are. And suddenly you've got an accountability partner that you weren't expecting. You may be called to a different part of town than you've ever been in before, and all of a sudden there's this beautiful park that you drive by and you had no idea that park even existed. And so part of your daily routine when you go to this class you didn't think you were going to go to is to take 10 minutes and sit quietly under a tree at this beautiful park and look at the lake or look at the sky or look at the children playing, and your body fills up with joy. In addition to the class you're doing, which is getting you healthy. Your soul knows different ways. And so when you're allowing that connection to happen, when your reset includes a commitment to the soul being part of that reset, the plan is going to shift, but it's going to be a better version of it. It's like taking the beta test, and going from beta test 2.A to like beta test 7.C, right? Or something super awesome with gold stars next to it. And then you're just like rocking and rolling in this amazing energy field, and you're feeling good, and the details are so easy and so clear. And it's like this pathway is just being presented in front of you, with each next step just flowing right into the following, and you're not even realizing that you're making details and making plans, but they're just sort of happening, and you trust that flow forward. That's the potential, the highest possibility of Virgo details. You have all the details, but they're coming from this guidance inside of you that is able to access a completely different vibration of details. This happens often for me when I'm about to launch a lot of new ways to play, and that's my intention for September. And Virgo details in the old version of me, the old, not beta, the old model of Viv, I would make a list and I would have all the details on there, and then I would be checking off each of the things, and then I'd get totally mired in all the details and I'd get frustrated, and at some point I'd be like, it's not going to work. Or I would have all the plans in place and the web pages ready and the products ready, and I'd be too tired at the end of it to even talk about it with people. So I do all the work, but there's no connection to the why. What I'm experiencing right now is I can see and feel what those experiences are going to be. I can already sense like how much fun I'm going to have at those events, hosting those spaces. And so the why is sunshine inside of me. My third chakra is just like lit up with all this golden yellow energy, and it feels so exciting. And so the details are going to be super simple. I'm not making big, huge web pages and lots of stuff. It's So simple and easy. And then the sharing of it is still going to be in the energy flow of fun and play. That's a higher vibrational way for me to be in my work. It's an easier way for me to be in the new moon in Virgo with details. It's fun. And so that same possibility exists for all of us in whatever you're resetting this week, this month, this year. So take your time. Listen to what your body needs. Allow some quiet space so that your soul can guide you. And when you're excited and you're clear and the details are like dropping down and in, that's when you take inspired action. That's when you're like, yes, this, now, this way. And watch how it just radiates out into your relationships and your life and your communities in a totally different way. And it's easier and more fun. Yeah, okay. We're wrapping up a really powerful week here on Earth. And we're going to have a holiday weekend. 3 days of play and fun for those who live in the U.S. Hopefully you have a little time off with family and friends. And then I'm back here on Tuesday. Good stuff. Good stuff. I invite you to tune into the meditations that I host and go a little deeper if you don't already listen to them. They are well worth the investment. 11 is an angel number, so I even play with the exchanges of how people step into my work. So we are playing this weekend. All right. See you on Tuesday. So much love. Thank you for tuning into this vibration of pure love. I invite you to join me in aligning with the optimal health of your mind, body, spirit in the virtual community of Viv's Energy Gym. You can learn more at mysouljourney.com. Let's take this message of Gaia's love out into all of our relationships and communities today. So much love from my heart to yours.